getting going with them opening the restaurant and all that, but that's all been worked out, and we have an incredible set of performances for you today. This is, for those that aren't aware of where you are right now, this is the Dnipro Hills competition for the Humorous Speech and Table Topics competition, and I'm glad to open this meeting now. So, because we're a little behind, normally at this point in time, I would have all the guests introduce themselves and that, but I think we want to make up a little more time today. Could I have everybody, though, that's a first-timer that has not been to Dnipro Hills before, just stand up to identify yourself, just so we know who you all are, and a few of you, well, if there's only 3 of you, I guess we can do an introduction. Okay, why don't you just introduce yourself very quickly here.
My name is Franz. I'm actually a member of Toastmasters in Mexico, so it's my first time in this club. But yes, I live in Mexico, but I'm here in Ukraine for 1 month, so I'll be here for a month.
Oh, but you are a new member also.
New member of this club.
Of this club.
I am Toastmasters.
Extra round of applause. Thank you. And you, sir?
Yeah, my name's Douglas. I'm also here for the first time. I was born in the United States, but I live in Germany, and it was only 2 days ago that I met someone here in Kiev, and he recommended that I contact Leslie, and they put me in the group, so I'm excited to be allowed to participate today.
Hello, my name is Victoria. This is my first time here, and I'm really glad to see you all. I'm an active member of Toastmasters Club France, and it's very challenging to visit clubs on weekends, so I'm really glad to be here today.
All right, fantastic. Welcome everybody here today. I'm not going to take any further ado because we are behind, but I have the distinct privilege today of handing over the floor to one of our great friends from our Art Talkers Club, who's going to be our chair contest hostess today, and that is the intelligent, beautiful, charismatic, I'm sorry, I just could keep going here. Julia Kolotylo.
Thank you, Eric. I'm so humbled and so honored of your introduction. Thank you a lot, Eric. And now, we are starting the most hilarious, the brightest event of the club. Every Toastmaster Club is anticipating for a long time during a year, and it is Humorous Contest for now. So please greet this great event with big applause. Always laugh when you can. It's cheap medicine. I believe that today we will laugh out loud because we have such brilliant and brave and talented speakers today to participate in this contest. But before we start, I want to introduce you the main rules of the contest. So, please, for all the speakers that will be participating, please keep in your mind that your speech, humorous speech, should contain not more than 25% of quotes. Then, the speaker must avoid potentially obstacle language or anecdotes or any other obstacle material. Also, your speech must be not less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds and no more than 7 minutes and 30 seconds, otherwise you would be disqualified. And to keep the time, we have 2 timers for today, that is Joe and Marta. Please stand up so all the participants could see you clearly. And they will be showing their signals in the following order. When you speak 5 minutes, they will show you the green card, and this green card will be staying up to 6 minutes when they will show the yellow card. And also this card would be remaining up to the 7 minutes. And on 7 minutes they will show you the red card. And they would be showing this red card to the end of your speech without any additional signaling of over time. So please pay attention, do not speak more. Just if you see the red card to come closer to the end of your speech. Also, we have reviewed all the contestants, and there is also one special important person that has reviewed all the rules with our secret judges, that is Chief Judge Luda Lutsenko. Please welcome her. Please tell us if all the judges are present, was briefed and instructed.
Of course, all judges are here in audience. They are highly professional and secret. Eligible to judge.
Thank you a lot, Iryna. It's very glad to hear. And also we have today counters who would help our chief judge to count all the words correctly. It is Alex Stebenko. Please welcome. And also Amanda Sura, who also would be today a student and thank you. Well, every contestant would be introduced in following order. The name, the topic, and the name. And just, for example, Yulia Kletinska, me and my best friend, Kat Shurik. Me and my best friend, Kat Shurik, Yulia Kletinska. Also, please pay attention of the order of contestants. That is following. Please write it down, especially for the first one would be Tetiana Bilous, the second contestant, Nataly Parubocha, the third contestant Volodymyr Ukrainets, and the last contestant, Iryna, Kolotylo. There also would be 1 minute after each speaker for judges to complete their ballots, and also 2 minutes after the last speaker. So please keep silence during this time. After all the voters would be counted, we will introduce the winners. There wouldn't be some red carpet for the winners, but there are some very nice presents on the table there that the winners would receive, and also 2 first places will go straight to the area contest. By the way, for all the audience, we have those papers on the tables, and after the contest you have a chance to vote for the speaker you like the most. It is people choice support, so please pay attention to every speaker and choose the one that you like the most. I guess that without any extra delay, we can start our contest, and I'm so excited to start it. Just one more round of applause. I want to introduce the first speaker of our humorous contest, that is Tetiana Bilous. Tetiana Bilous, Hoodoo, Tetiana Bilous.
Dear friends, do you remember that in the Middle Centuries in Europe there burned thousands of the witches? But what about Ukraine? How in our country people fought against the witches? Did they burn them? Maybe did they drown them or kill them in the other way?
No.
What is your opinion?
No.
Ruslan?
I don't know.
I think burn.
Ukrainian people adore witches.
Guys, now I tell you the truth. In the Middle Centuries in Ukraine, to cope with the witches, you should come to the witch. Look into your eyes By the way, guys, my story isn't about middle centuries. My story was started nowadays, on Friday. It was on Friday. And during my way to home, I dreamt only about rest. Suddenly, I noticed something wrong on my door handle. It was white plastic bag. My door is broken. It was my first thought. And my husband repaired it. But no, my husband isn't Superman to repair the door using plastic bag. It is true. They were playing around and put it on my door handle. But there are no children in my neighborhood. It dawned on me. It was robbery. Robberies mark our door to know if we now open it or not. If we remove it, it means that we are at home. In the other case, the flat is empty and they can steal something. But we are not rich people. I spent all money to enjoy. What it can be? Suddenly, I became sad. I realized, guys, Parubocha. It is hoodoo. Like voodoo. It is Ukrainian magic. When somebody wants to harm the other person, it puts this subject, this magic content, close to his house. And that's all. The host will get sick or even die. I unlocked my door. It wasn't broken. It is really magic. I ran around the flat and my brain worked very quickly. To neutralize this subject, you should keep the rules. Don't touch it with your hand. Press it out and burn it outside. But be careful, because the witch will be close to you. And she will try to interrupt your action. I suppose. But can you imagine that somebody make a bonfire on the yard in Kyiv? It is impossible because any yard looks like a fighting zone. And I create my own way how to cope with this problem. I decided to use trash bag. And now, being armed with gloves, with trash bag, and with fingernails filed to remove this subject from my door handle, I went to set up my mission. This plastic bag was removed very easily. And I discovered something hard inside. It is really magic. I put into my trash bag and ran to the garbage bin. During my way, I looked outside, around. Where is the witch? Where is the witch? Where is the witch? Nobody. I put into the garbage bin and here. Tanya. I looked around. It was my neighbor. I looked at him. I was ready to say, "You are," but she was first to say, "Your husband asked me about a piece of big glue, propolis, and I put it onto your door handle. Did you find it?"
to welcome is Nataly Parubocha. Please welcome her with a round of applause. Nataly Parubocha, the great pretender Nataly Parubocha.
The first rule of success is to be confident. What gives me confidence is smart look and my lucky lipstick. The second rule of success is order. The working place should be clean and put in order. What? Why is that broom is left in the center of the hall? Mary, where did cleaning go? Mary, how many times have I told you that the broom should stand here near to my working place? Don't ask me why. I started working here as a cleaning lady, like Mary. I was diligent and responsible, unlike Mary. And look who I am now. I run the entire holding, 30 companies, 10 floors, so many busy schedule, so many important meetings. Look who we have here for today. Britney Spears coming soon. Elon Musk. Handsome. Oh, Richard Branson is back. By the way, Richard Branson gave me a leadership training, and that is how I made being promoted. Mary, stop cleaning the door for the third time. She thinks she will be promoted because of that. There you go. Oh, Britney Spears should be coming, but she is late for today as usual. By the way, Britney Spears is my best friend. Oh, here she is. Hello, Britney. How are you? Nice dress, long dress you have today, very beautiful. I should tell her that she's late because order is order. By the way, you are late for today. What? What do you mean I'm not supposed to tell you that because I'm just the receptionist? I'm the senior receptionist. Have a good meeting. Yes, I'm the receptionist. And I run the entire holding. 30 companies on the 10 floors. Proofs? Just try to get inside without my permission. Hello, how can I help you? You work here. And where's your admission card? Forgot it at home. So you don't work here today. Mary, just clean the door again because Elon Musk is coming. Hello, Mr. Musk. Mr. Branson will be with you momentarily. You don't have to show the entrance card. Everyone knows it. Oh, that's because of that rude big boss receptionist. She's not on her shift today. Today it's me, my shift. Have a good meeting. Rude big boss receptionist. By the way, Mr. Musk, who is meeting with Mr. Branson, I sing much better than his cyberpunk singer wife Grimes. I even started my singing career much earlier than her, in the kindergarten. I would stand on the stool and sing. Oh yes, I'm the great pretender. Hello, Mr. Branson. No, I wasn't singing again. I was just helping with cobweb to Mary. Yes, Mary asked for a leave today because she was stressed. You know, I have no idea why she was stressed today. Me? Cleaning the the lobby, but you have promoted me to the boss of the entrance hall. Yes, I remember that I promised to clean the entrance hall and to help Mary when she is absent. Yes, have a good meeting with Ilan, Mr. Branson. So, the real boss shouldn't keep away from any job. I just shut the door so as no one sees the shade. Oh yes, I'm the great pretender, pretending that I'm doing well. My need is such, I pretend so much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Pretending that I'm doing well. That's it.
This is the first speech. And we have 1 minute silence for our judges. Please record our Thank you. So 1 minute silence is over. We are now ready to come to the third participant. That is Volodymyr Ukrainets. Please welcome to the stage. Volodymyr Ukrainets. New life. Volodymyr Ukrainets.
So, new life. Usually, all fairy tales and most cartoons end like this. Oh, and they lived happily ever after. But imagine, my friends, what if they don't end like this? What if they have so-called a sequel or a continuation? Let's take a look behind the scenes of the famous Soviet cartoon, The Bremen Town Musicians. As you know, the troubadour and princess fell in love and escaped from her father's palace looking for an adventure and freedom. Then their son was born, and when he grew up, he asked, where to look for new adventures? I'm tired of the same scene in my life. And he went on a voyage across the world. One day, when their son returned from his voyage, our hero started thinking about new life somewhere else. And princess offered to move to America. Troubadour supported her, and they packed their things and went to Southampton, from where they intended to sail to America. And so our heroes went to America. And now I see some impression in your eyes. On which ship? Well, of course, on the Titanic. The greatest, biggest, famous, luxurious of all times and peoples. So, while our heroes are settling in their cabin in first class, let's move on to another famous literary characters. By all the laws of the genre, we need some sort of intrigue. And what could be better than crime, or even preparation for it? And now, we leave our heroes and move to America, where also events took place. Near the abandoned lighthouse, there was a castle where the mysterious chief, whose name was Archie Dandy, lived. And one day, he called his assistants the assistant, whose name was Eugene Fox. And he told him that he was planning to get married. And recently he has heard about the beautiful princess from his friend, the genius detective. This princess must be arriving on the Titanic the other day with her husband. It did not matter to Chief that she was married, so he entrusted Eugene to kidnap her and bring her to his castle. Then he handed her photo to Fox, and Eugene left, assuring that everything would be done and there was no need to worry. Meanwhile, our heroes are enjoying the voyage on the Titanic. The food was delicious. The musicians were the best. The views of the icebergs were incredible. Only it's time to make selfie and make stories and posts on Instagram and Facebook, etc., etc. But what could be better than the presence of the vocation is such a thing that you can meet someone you know. After breakfast, Troubadour and Princess decided to take a walk on the deck to get some fresh air, while their son Troubadour Jr. explored the ship. As they went on the deck, Troubadour saw a young guy with about 30 years old, with fiery red hair. When they got closer, Troubadour recognized him. It was his old friend, whose name was Alfredo Linguini, the famous chief from Paris. Linguini was glad to see an old friend. He said that he went on a restaurant competition to America, which would be held in 2 weeks with his companion, Micro Chief. After the conversation, Linguini took off his cap, and Princess saw a very cute little rat. Of course, like all women, she could scream, "Ah!" But like the real princess, she only said, "Oh, what a cute." They said goodbye and went on for a walk. And now, you can ask the question, what could be better than an acquaintance with someone you know, especially if you have a voyage on the Titanic? But it was not their last meeting. The next unexpected meeting took place when they saw Lapic, the mouse, the famous showmaker from Croatia. As it turned out, Lapic and Princess knew each other very well. And by the way, Lapic was not alone, but with a charming little mouse, whose name was Lisa. And Lapic said that he and Lisa decided to choose a new place too, and also move to America. And they talked and also parted. And after 8 days, the ship arrived into New York. And now I can see another silent question in your eyes. How could Titanic arrive in New York if she sank in the middle of Atlantic? But I want to remind you that it is our story, our imagination, and we don't have to see Titanic for dramatic final. We saved something else. Meanwhile, Eugene Fox watched closely the harbor. He peered attentively at the passengers so as not to miss Princess when the ship entered the harbor. And when she saw her, he began to wait for the right moment. And such a moment presented itself when she lingered in front of a display case with the jewelry. Then he discreetly crept up to her and with a rag soaked in chloroform gave her mouth. She tried to resist, but soon Strange left her and she fell asleep. And when she fell asleep, he put her in the car and drove to the chief's castle. And chief was glad to see her, but he could not break her resistance to marry him because she was loyal to her husband. And now I see that I can look for other plot moves, but I say time a cut, and I think that I should leave room for your imagination. So I'll say only in the words of a typical happy ending. Meanwhile, Troubadour discovered the loss of Princess. With the help of his friends, he managed not only to find out where the princess is, he managed to get her back and put our villains behind bars. Soon after all this, Troubadour and Princess bought a farm in the neighborhood of Lapic and Lisa. Linguini won the competition and returned to Paris. From time to time they made a story. They made the stories in Facebook. Chubatu Jr. founded his own group, married, and had children. So I want to say only the morality. If you laugh, then you are not afraid of anything. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Volodymyr. Now we have 1 minute of silence for our judges.
Is this a prop for that speech?
Yes.
So, hey, let's see. 1 minute is over, and I would like to welcome our next participant and the last participant of this contest, Iryna Kolotylo. Iryna Kolotylo, climbing out, Iryna Kolotylo.
Today we have a humorous speech contest. So why not to talk about depression? Okay, I'm gonna to laugh all day long. Come on. And as soon as you're laughing, you will not get the depression. Okay, so let's go on. I'm not ashamed to give you professional tips on how not to get into the depression. But I have the experience how to get the depression. Tip number 1, plan something grand. Book your tickets, pack the suitcase, leave some enough food for the pets, and just before the departure, hello, hello, surprise, surprise, positive COVID test. Oh, come on, I just had it like less than 6 months ago. Don't worry, it will be differently. So this is the first step. The second one, let's take another scenario, more successful. You've reached your final destination, you're feeling yourself like Fernand Magellan or Vasco da Gama during the age of discoveries, you're in a new place. So try to think the other way. Oh, mountains around. Who needs that? Such a sunny September day. Please close the curtains and put on the sunglasses. Some food? What a disgusting cheesecake. It's not even a cake. Maybe local wine. Oh, no alcohol, please. I'm on a healthy diet. Or, wait, could you please some vodka? I need to hide away from this creepy world, you know? So try this and it will work. Tip number 3. Start working for the very important international organization that tries to resolve global problems like hunger, global warming, armed conflicts, pandemic. I'm fighting against corruption. And you know, like fighting against climate change is even easier than fighting against corruption. So actually what we do, I teach youngsters how to pay taxes and not to give bribes. What about not taking bribes? Well, Ukrainian economics depends on it. You know, so, but one day I woke up like, wow, I'm working in this organization. It's a large-scale goal. the mission seems impossible. Well, if it's impossible, so why to waste time and money on doing your job? I was genius, you know? But okay, it was not Ukrainian money. We got the finance from US. Just imagine American citizens paying taxes. So for those money, we teach Ukrainian citizens to pay taxes. And you know what? Like, what Americans are waiting for? That later Ukrainian citizens will pay taxes to repay poor Americans? I don't know. So I thought, okay, I need to tell this insight to my boss. So I called her. Hello, I got the idea. Yes? The work you do is bullshit. Let's just stop doing that. Tip number 4. Make everything possible so your boss could fire you. But in my case, it didn't happen. Something worse happened. I got the new position as a project manager of another anti-corruption project. And here I am. I just came back from my business trip, like 1 hour ago. Yeah, this is like 4 main tips. And after realizing all that, I understood that living in depression is not actually sad. It's eye-opening. You know, I understood the main thing, and it's very simple. Our life is meaningless. It doesn't make any sense. And if that, so why to worry about something? Why care, you know? Why to run all the time? Just start enjoy your life. And that's what I did. Just in 3 months after my post-COVID depression, I did the next things. I made 2 tattoos on my legs, I'll show you later. I ran my first trail running in the mountains, 27 kilometers. I started writing my own book for children. Also, I binge watched Netflix the whole night just before the project deadline. What else? I also rented a car and we drove the most dangerous serpentine roads in Montenegro, and we didn't care. We experienced snowboarding at the end of the April. And also, I ate ice cream after 6 p.m. Even slice of pizza during the night, just in week, last day. And I also kind of started to going out the whole night and meeting sunrises, not because I woke up early, just because I didn't sleep the whole night. This is the main thing about depression. It makes you to want to live again. So I hope that after my speech, each of you will have the most beautiful depression you can only imagine, and try to climb out of it. Thank you.
Thank you a lot, Iryna. And now we have 2 minutes silence for our judges. 2 minutes silence for our judges to complete their ballots and to give them to the chief judge. for the best speaker that you like the most, if we already counted. And now we have, after this contest, we actually have 10 minutes for break, 10 minutes break, and after all, in 10 minutes, so it would be 35 minutes, I guess. At 35 minutes, everyone should be on their places. So now you have time to relax.